welcome back. Today we have my daughter's 2012 Chrysler 200. We did thermostat stuff earlier. I did some plugs. The video didn't quite turn out as good as it should have. I'll tweak it a bit. Maybe I can put it on here still. But today I'm going to show you where Chrysler Dodge decided to put the stupidest battery location in the world. In here. She's having some hard starts, and the battery's never been changed since we've had the car, and it's looking pretty rough. I can barely see it just behind this headlight when I look down, but of course Chrysler likes to stick stuff in absolute ridiculous places, and it's not easy to change. So as you can see, I've got it jacked up. I had to take the wheel off. That gives us a little more space. We've got some fancy little push plugs that are a pain in the butt when they get full of sand. And there's a couple of them up top, and then the fender has these little screws. I'm using a 7mm socket, and they go just in these sections here. There's about 3 of them. And then we'll fight with the push pins here. Let's see if we can get these things out. Maybe. All the crap falls down. Also had headlight issues, and these things are a real pain in the butt too. They're telling you to do the same thing. Pull this down, get in behind just to access the headlight bulb. How did I do it? I kind of undid some stuff up top and was able to like wedge my hand in. I have marks probably still from that. It's a projection style headlight. And I went and I was gonna buy the bright Sylvania or whatever it is, ultra bright bulbs, but they've gone up in price. They're like $100 for a 2-pack of those things. Canadian Tire had an LED conversion, and it was like $130, so it was a bit more, but it also came with, the deciding factor was that it came with a 5-year warranty, which is great. The only problem is she's telling me that right now, when she hits bumps and stuff, and sometimes just driving, the lights are completely cutting off at nighttime when she's on her way home from work. So that's not good. So I need to figure out what's going on with that, because if that's the case, being that it has the warranty, they're going back. So it looks like I've got all the clips out of here, and it should come out. With all the dead animals she's run over. And there you have it. The most retarded location in the world. You see that? Right by the wheel. I don't know what they're thinking. You're gonna get all the road salt, the grime. When we first got the car, we had a mouse get up in here and chew this whole wiring harness. And I was able to get it from above, and it sucked. I had to rewire all the wiring, solder in new pieces, heat shrink, but it basically killed the car one night. And of course it's right when she has to go to work, and it was important to get there fast and all that stuff. It's just the way it goes. So now it looks like we've got a hold down bar right here, possibly 13mm. And I think this bar, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Get you in here. There you go. So this bar bolts in right there, goes up and over, slides across, and just goes into a little hole in the side of the frame rail. But you can see the terminal looks real great. Not. And up here is where you got to access the light bulb, which is just, it doesn't have to be this hard. Anyway, let's see what we can break free here, and we'll get this battery out of here, see what'll fit. Okay, had to fight with a few bolts. So I got this bolt out, and then just loosen this one up here. That way I can just kind of swing it off to the side. Hopefully I can get that out. The only good thing, I don't want to say good, this is still stupid that this is in here, but this is the the hook and the cover that covers the top of this battery. The hole is oblong sideways, so when you get this bolt out, if you can see that, this actually just slides up, it hooks into that little hook, and it turns this piece sideways. So it actually just slid right out of the hole, which is the only thing that hasn't fought me so far. So that's out. And then you've got your power cable, or your positive, sorry, your red cable. It was right there. I just tucked it up out of the way. And then hopefully we can pull this out. Again, it's a fantastic spot. But we still got the negative terminal on, so we're gonna have to get that out before we can take the rest of the battery out. Again, you gotta bend like a noodle, get in there. It doesn't have to be this hard. Thousands of cars before this. Just put them where you got it, where you can get to it. That's it. And then you take this thing and you take it in for a core charge, because they're going to charge you for that. As you can see too, we don't have a whole lot of room in there for a much bigger battery. It's a goofy spot. The weather can get to it, spin off from the wheel. I mean, you got a cover here, but when it's raining and sloppy, it ends up everywhere anyway. So what I'm gonna do now is try and find my little wire brush and clean these out. It's a battery brush. You can get them any of your automotive stores. They're super helpful. You can get right in there, give her a little twist, it'll clean up the contacts nice. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna test this battery. I'm not sure if it'll be any good, but it could just be the terminals, but I have a feeling it's time for a new battery. Okay, we got the battery out, we got it cleaned up. I've cleaned up some of the nuts and bolts too, put a little oil on them, so it should be easier to go back in, hopefully. This is the light, like I was showing you before. Right up there is that goofy little hole, and you gotta wedge all this wiring in it, and then it's got a cap. It's got a little bit of a locator tab, so it spins, locks in, and it all just fits in there. But so put you down here without knocking you over. There we go. This is the light I was telling you about. It's the LED conversion. It was a 2-pack. It basically replaces your stock bulbs. So your stock bulb plugs in there, does the same little locating tab, slides in, and everything just fits in there nicely and works, except it's a pain to get to the bulb. So I wanted something that had longevity, super bright for one, and just lasted, and it was a lot better. So anyway, this has a little fan in there, as you can tell. Helps keep the heatsink cool. This is all aluminum. There's the number, I don't know if you can see it. Looks like it's reversed, of course. Sylvania 9012, 12 volt, DC 18 watts. It is nice and bright, it does work, but I gotta figure out why it is clipping in and out. So I'm kind of thinking this connector itself wasn't quite as tight as I'd like it, so I'm gonna see if I can pull this rubber. I might even just give those little metal tabs a little squeeze, and then put her back in. There's no way to test it, unfortunately. Well, I guess I could jump some cables from here to the battery, but yeah, I might do that. All right, I'm gonna monkey with this. We'll be right back and see if we can get them to work. All right, we have booster cables on the ends of the cables down to the battery. Let's go turn this thing on and see what happens. The key, where's the key? problem we're having. Why isn't that turning on? Bonehead. It was on auto. Go figure. Anyway, there's the light. It works pretty good. It's nice and bright. I don't know if you can hear it or see it. The little fan's just a humming. So I don't really know what's happening, why it's cutting in and out. Because it seems pretty good right now. Right, meow. Maybe the way we had it in there could have possibly been the way the wires were all smashed and stuck in there. It wasn't making good contact. That's possible. Because I think I did this, it was late, it was dark, and I just smashed it in. So, we'll put them back in. Try and put them in nice and neat. I might see if I can get a zip tie around this and hold it in tighter so that we don't have any kind of touchy issues. That might make a big difference as well. So we'll button this side up, put our battery in, and we'll go from there. Okay, we got the headlights working, batteries back in. These things are nice and bright. LED conversion, got rid of the bulbs, lower power usage, saves the battery. Car runs good now. Nice fresh juice. Battery's all tucked up in underneath. All the shield's done good. While we had the tire off, we did notice the lower ball joint needs to be replaced. Awesome. So that needs to be done. That'll be on another video. This thing just seems to keep being an ongoing thing. So anyway, thanks for checking in, and hopefully we'll have some more stuff coming up soon. I don't know if you noticed, there is my daughter's next project, 95 Chevy Silverado, long box. Extended cab? Yep. We'll touch base on that later. Thanks. See you later.